Hi everyone, welcome to a new stream. I hope you're feeling great. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're still healthy. And you're not running kind of amok in these chaotic times. Hey everyone. First time here, so welcome. Thanks for being here. Actually, I just have to mention this because I was seeing this right now today that I honestly have to say this account, I just started this account somewhere, I think in December. And right now we just have the beginning of March and I already claimed, climbed, I wanted to say climbed up to like 500. I think this afternoon it was like 500 subscribers to my Twitch channel. I can see that right now. It's actually 503 already. 504 probably. Thanks for following. So this is really amazing. This is absolutely amazing that you guys are just joining my channel, and it's so to see this community is really cool because you know when you're around on Facebook, especially on YouTube, especially in the beginning phase when you just have like 10, 50, 100 followers, especially right now during 2020, it's actually pretty hard to get to these first 1,000 subscribers, and from there it's becoming a little bit more easy if you take care of the tags and the thumbnails and the titles. But I mean, Twitch is really awesome. So it's like 500 people already. I'm obviously very excited and very happy that this is happening. And this time in this stream, we are going, hey, thanks, you're perfect rock. Thanks for being here for the first time. So let's just hop over to my DAW here. And today it's all about Mysteria. So I think in my actually I'm somewhere on a different tab. So I should go back to the home tab here to show you these creepy masks. So we're going to explore a little bit of Mysteria today. This has been developed by Galaxy Instruments. I will, put the link of the company down in the chat at some time in this stream, and it has been published by Native Instruments. It's really a kind of a special library. I never heard this before, and this is really perfect for all this kind of vocal stuff. You simply can't build with samples. You can either create this as we had it with Etheria. You can't create such beautiful phrases of vocals with samples. You may have the best legato programs, even though the legato in Etheria Gold is very great. If you want, you can check out one older video of me where I reviewed this library. But when it comes to vocals, it's always, I would always prefer phrases, loops, kind of atmospheres, and this is also what's happening inside Mysteria. So it's actually pretty cool. Whoops, actually I'm changing, or let me just minimize the mixer for a second so I can see both windows. Sorry, every time I'm switching back and forth. Yes, this is the very opposite of Etheria, of course. It's choir focused. It's also not phrases or loops or anything, but the basic, concept is vocals in general. So, but every time every time when it comes to vocals, I'm pretty happy to record, to use phrases, to use loops, or even hire a real singer, of course, instead of trying to use, library stuff. So it looks pretty scary. Let's just hop in there. So as you can see, you can use this by making use of these snapshots. Oh my god, or what is it called? These snippets above here. So you can pick all these. Actually, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So we have atmosphere, we have cluster and atmosphere. And also you can pick this by going in here. So you can have more of a little bit of a tag section where you can just pick If you want to have mixed choir, it should be more chamber quartet. If it sounds more beautiful, dark. All these things, atonal, tonal, noise-like. So let's just start somewhere. Let's just hop into the first patch here, which is called a dream. And it's also a little bit confusing when I was first trying to play something. It's like always one key, no matter where you click. Yeah. So, and the cool thing is, it's a kind of a similar concept as Straylight. If you're familiar with Straylight, you have two sample engines, let's so to say. So one is like more focused towards sampled content, pads, atmospheres, and the other one is focused towards. I mean, we can just quickly load this too. I mean, this is a library by Native Instruments too, so we're not doing anything wrong by promoting another library here. So we can just quickly put this in here. So you have the same concept as having this grain engine here and the sample engine. So if you pick something, so actually I'm not switching in between these engines right now, but I'm just trying to show you that there is an engine which is responsible for a sample playback and another one which is taking care of this granular grain stuff. And it just in the concept of that you have like two separate things, two separate layers going on. This is actually, it's been followed in Mysteria too. So if you just play something, you have one choir at one side. Yeah, this creeps me out. Yes, totally agree. So technically you have 4 sample engines. So it seems like I was about to say that if you move down from here and move up, I mean, sometimes I have the impression that it's different layers. Sometimes I have the impression that it's just effects. Yeah, but it seems to be different samples, right? I actually was trying one patch and it sounded as if there would be just some kind of a cutoff filter going on in between these. But this is really... Yeah, speaking of dreams, it's really funny because I have a subway, trail going behind my house. You're getting used to it. It's not really that loud, but at night sometimes they do construction out there, and there was like a big bass noise going on this night at like 3 o'clock, which always was like doom, 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 and then it sometimes started to vibrate. So I was waking up from this and couldn't fall asleep again from like 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And before I was waking up, I was, it was something similar, like having very weird dreams and then waking up and realizing that it was probably induced by that bass sound, which was always like whoop, 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 vibrating. Yeah, pretty weird, but that comes to my mind when you talk about dreams. So before we hop into, these settings, so because you can pick different patches for each of these and can combine these by your own, let's just go through a few of these patches here and play back some stuff here. kind of fascinates me because the thing is, it's 2020 and I never heard something before. So I either may live behind the moon and don't get exposed to new stuff. But then again, I know that I know fairly well what's going to be released. So maybe there was a library before my time, which I quite can't think of, that kind of layered these vocal atmospheres. But let's check out some more here. Abstract chord. What just comes to my mind, I always like, to fool around with that stuff, because what's really interesting is if you want to build, and it follows a little bit the concept of what, I'm sorry, I can't speak her last name, Hildur, Gunnardóttir or something. You may laugh, but the composer of Joker and Chernobyl, what she was using, what she was doing, and I just wanted to try, something similar what she does, by trying to use cluster or noises or anything, and just load an EQ and just focus on specific frequencies to design, let's say, chords or specific notes. So you can just go on and say you play this. So you have something like da. So it's an octave above. So it's kind of funny. So you can, of course, it would make more sense when you just get rid of these. So you can come up even building like triads or, what, just like power chords or something. And yeah, right. So you just have one library and you can go, you're set for the next 20 horror movies. But by doing this, you could even come up with, trying to come up with material, which is tonal. So, of course, you have a lot of patches in here. I've already seen that, which are tonal. But I just, wanted to give you a quick idea that you can, even if you like a patch which is atonal and you say, oh man, this atmosphere on this stuff is so cool, I would love to shape a chord out of this or a melody, you could do this. You could even, and this is what I did. I mean, if you were here on a Twitch stream like a few months ago, if you want, a few weeks ago, I came up with, just in case if you want to see it again, I can show this to you later. But I was crawling around on subway stations and just under bridges and recording subway signals. So passing by subways or, opening doors. And I was just freezing or isolating frequency-wise these things and designing sounds which I mapped to Kontakt. So now you can play these tonal things. you could play this sound so like on the keyboard in Kontakt. So anyway, I just try to be creative here. So I just don't want to, hop through patches of a library. And so let's check out a little bit more. Yeah, that's some really scary shit. Yeah, we should check through the menus here and all these things. So you have the, the typical setup, like changing even microphone settings here, it seems, and that you can change the pitch, the attack, the panning. You have the effects sections. Again, these are just if you have a lot of, let's say, outside effects and you want to apply some, maybe like some color or tube saturation, you may use your own plugins because you can easily click in here and see what saturation algorithm or what the program is they used for this. So it's like the enhanced mode in here. Seems to be the same. No, there are actually two, probably for, I don't know how it is mapped. So maybe, of course, there's another color here. So they probably divided it into these two sections, whatever. So you can do a lot of stuff here. That sounds like a gramophone recording from like 1930s. So what do we have here? I actually didn't check all the sections. So you have saturation, you have dynamics, compressor, you have the equalizer, typical stuff. You have the response curve, linear, hard, or soft. And then you can apply the MIDI controllers. So I could probably say, I hope this is MIDI learn. Yes. So I can apply this to CC14. And on my keyboard, I could apply this to CC15. And now I could, play some... It reminds me of playing these old games, where you had, I don't know the word in English, like these doodle games, where you just had these two buttons and you were able to create, paint some faces and smileys. And some of my friends, some of my buddies were very good with it. They painted like full Mona Lisas with just, doing like two knobs. But it's actually pretty cool because I guess if we just hop over to Write and we just hit play, we probably record. I mean, I'm not playing right now. I could. So just in case you don't know, I'm pretty sure you do, but just in case not, that you can always hit this. If you don't find this MIDI learn thing, or what is going on, or you have a hard time controlling this, or you don't want to do it via mouse, or you want to edit stuff later on, you can, set up a simple read-write automation and then just go in here and, of course, hit the read button, and then you are able to just play back what you just put in here. Hey, Andrew. Well, I actually didn't record anything what I was played, so there is nothing going on right now. Let's forward a little bit back. Let's check out some more patches here. What else do we have? So let's what do you want to hear? Maybe get some more atmosphere class. I'm just loading something in between because I know there's the difference between latency between the chat and the So you could easily start a song with like, you know, making use of these chord notes, of these let's just why not making use of this? Let me back here, just set up the tempo a little bit slower so we have some fun playing. Is like quickly load up some, where are you, some staccato strings. So what do we let's turn back the check the notes again. Something like this. Let's check back again. Na, na. So something like this. Let's make it faster again. I don't care about the signature right now, so I'm just, you know, coming up with some stuff and applying some reverb. It should sound pretty nice. Let's pick up some. Let's use this. Yeah, pretty cool actually. So you can come up with some cool stuff pretty quickly. This could also be, if you have to write. So I was quickly turning this haunting choir, which actually sounds pretty beautiful, into some little bit of a sci-fi score. Could be perfect for an intro of a band like, I don't know, something like Tesseract, or what is the other band? I forgot the name. They were actually the pre-band of Tesseract at one gig, but I don't remember. I think it was Periphery, Tesseract, and then there was another band, the Consortionist, right? So this could be something like, I could be totally wrong, but this is what I'm kind of hearing. So let's check out a little bit more. So I suggest not staring too long at these masks before you go to sleep. Not digging through these patches like 5 minutes before you go to sleep. Not because of the sounds, but actually because of the masks. Yeah. So what especially comes also to my mind is, probably from these Facebook memes, what is, going on, that you see sometimes. I think it's Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman or Liv Tyler, and they are like both left and right, and in the middle you have a dot. And if you look at the dot, your brain is mixing up those faces because it can't distinct between left and right because you're focusing on the middle. So it tries to come up with a full face, but since every face is on the edge of the screen, it kind of generates a face in the middle. And this is what, scaringly could happen with this. So I could totally understand if somebody comes to the studio next morning, you say, "Man, I just had this kind of nightmare bad sleep. So I was just, what did you do? What horror movie did you watch?" And I was just fooling around with Mysteria. So well, yes, diving in space. Yeah, the sound. Yeah, you probably won't get much use. So let me just quickly pull this up. I know this has nothing to do with the library in general, but I just wanted to show this to you guys. Again, let me just I'm just so here we are. I think I showed this, I don't know when, but what I mentioned before. So I was sampling passing by subways, and technically you would say I will probably get the session, dig out the session and show this to you guys. But what I did here was just moving around on specific places around the subway station, and I was just recording subs. And technically you would also say, how do you get an instrument out of a a passing by train or anything? So I was just applying what I was talking about before, that I was using this Hildur Gunnardóttir approach, of coming up or creating patches or chords, sounds, and melodies, whatever you want, out of noises. And so I basically did, just to show this to you again. Let me just pull up the EQ here so that I'm playing a patch. Sorry, we are here. So we have some sort of a G something. A little bit of a detuned, a little bit too high G, sorry. But so I actually did the same with the passing by subways. So I was recording them and then just finding specific EQ points which I just raised, and this, we all know that this is EQ is a frequency band, so you just have basically notes. And then I extracted these notes, put them in a loop, and this is the result of it. This is a result. I'm not exactly what it is. I don't know by empty tubes, but let's play some of this. I mean, it sounds almost like a techno synth, like this. But it isn't. So I can play you another thing here. So I remember this one when a subway is getting into the station right behind my house. There is one spot when it drives in, and there is like a little bit of a signal with a combination of the brakes. So it's something like this, just for like a 1 second or something. It's not even annoying. It's just there. And so, I mean, nobody tells you that it's not allowed to sample a patch like this. Let me get rid of the EQ again here. And you know, just make loops of these and create chord patches or melody patches and use them for your own music. And Felipe, thanks for following me. So this is, so you can turn this so this is the thing, this the thinking approach. You know, you have this library. Okay, it's choirs, it's atmospheric stuff, it's cluster stuff, but you can totally create an entire library full of just custom made patches of, you know, pad sounds or melodies to come up with something completely new. So okay, let's hop a little bit more. Let's all dense. But let's check out some of these tags here. So let's check out some of these cluster, aggressive, close and dense. I was just checking the mod wheel, but I'm pretty sure we can, you know, put this in here too. So you can even create dives, something like this. I'm pretty sure we can get this going in the... There's another menu here. So you can have... Okay, so this is probably... Okay. I just want to just step back to that patch and see if I can just load this again. Okay, so there seems to be some patches where you can just, play wherever you want, and some seem to be note specific. So let's load some more flutter and chords. I cannot imagine this sampling session that they all were like, still like 20 guys. But it's really pretty unsettling because it is something you're not used to and can really create some scary effect. It almost has this effect when you hear someone speaking and that person says some word, but you dub it with another word. So you see kind of similar approach, kind of similar, let's say, visual moving of the mouth and everything, but you hear something completely different, but the matching is the same. So this also creates some kind of, unsettling effect. Yeah. So yeah, what probably comes to your mind is that Russian video of these singers, and I mean, if you didn't see it, you just have to dig it up, like a Russian video of I'm not really sure if it's Russian singers, and they were tongue moving, so they were singing something by doing. So everybody in this choir was like, and when you're listening to this and you see these guys, and it's a video from like the 70s, so you have like the old fancy glasses and the funny hair cuts and everything, and it's hilarious. You just have to dig that up. Yeah, to be honest, yeah, Thrill, definitely. I still have to purchase this, but so far, I honestly didn't do that much horror related stuff, or but it's actually also pretty cool. If you just hit, if you just where did we? Yeah, attack and release. Oh, I'm still on that second window here. So you just so you can also use it as some kind of, so if you're doing trailer and licensed music, you can easily build something like a riser, Might not be the best patch, but I think you get the idea. So what I think now it works. Okay. So I think I was picking something from these patches here, and I think the clusters turned dark gray, and I couldn't activate them again, so I had to reload the patches. So I wasn't really sure what was going on. So let's come on, let's load some more disturbing stuff. Also, we also have lyrics, so let's load some disturbing lyrics. Ambient melodies. Yeah, every classical music, orchestral music expert would just beat me to death. I can't think of the track name, but it reminds me of the what has been used, from the in the Godzilla track, the Godzilla trailer, where in that trailer scene where the squad is rushing down. You see these red fumes. Atonal opera cloud. Oh. There is so much going on here. Seriously, I mean, I would really love to have been, at the session to really understand what is going on. So if you just record like saying 3 guys of you just doing some, opera notes, and the other guys. Okay. Yeah, so this is probably the unsettling effect that your brain tries to find the pattern inside a voice, inside vocals, and tries to sort it, because I mean, we are pattern animals. We're looking for patterns everywhere. We find Jesus on toast. So all these things happen. So you try to do the same on an audible basis, and trying to get to sort this and put this into the categories, but you can't, because even when you grab something, when you have an idea of what's going on, it's just gone again. Oh, definitely have to check out the video making. Dazing canon. So this is obviously volume. And also, this is what I didn't show yet. So you can switch the sources. I think you can just randomize the atmosphere. to just oh, now I randomized. I probably think I picked just hybrid. Let's do the same here. But it seems... Oh, okay. Let's choir and hybrid. Okay, so there has to be some sane stuff in here. So, something which is... Maybe check for some lyrics. Or maybe let's listen to something beautiful, you know, dreamlike lyrics. Maybe female only. So just... Oh, this is still... So let me just quickly... maybe just... whatever, just reload the patch here because I don't want to play any patch with my random changes here. So let's go in here and pick something dreamlike, bright, warm, light. Okay, I've just seen, of course, yeah, you have some additional stuff. So you have the space, probably the new Kontakt 6 space engine and the replica. Which is their new delay. It's probably... Is it? I think it's just part of Kontakt 6. So... Yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you just consider the source material and the options of the engine, it's definitely focused towards eerie vocal stuff. But if you're working on horror movies, on kind of mystery games, or I mean, even sci-fi, material in general, sci-fi media, let's say, um, this comes in pretty handy. It's just no. Oh, I'm still in the user menu. Let's load this again. Okay, what did we do right now? So melancholic. No, let's get some epic stuff. Epic sub. Jubilant darkness. Also, what I just think what's always a good use of this stuff also is when you just have a typical track, I mean, just something in the sense of uh, some kind of, like a, I'm just making something up, like a chase scene or something. So imagine percussions and everything, but you need something in the background. So basically that the eerie stuff is not visible or not audible in the sense of that it's focused towards, you hear that eerie stuff going on, so you just put it slightly in the back of something, of having like let's say an epic percussion track. And I mean, you can never have enough fill stuff for epic percussions when you're looking for something which is going on in the back, even though it's really slightly. I mean, probably the effect of putting it into a track, where you want to kind of, how do you say, when you want to, sort of submit a little bit of an eerie feeling, but you don't want to make it obvious. I can't think of a specific example of a movie, but I remember. I don't remember the exact movie, but I remember that some composer, made use of a tonal element where he put it below something, and you were barely able to hear it, but it just added so much, eerie character. I think they used some kind of an empty tank noise or something. I don't really remember. Let's load Maelstorm. I'm actually pretty happy that when I click on the masks that nothing is happening. So I just remember Devastator, where you just fooling around on the GUI, and then the guy was like, "What are you doing there?" So he was turning around to whatever buttons you were using. So I think you pretty much get the idea of this library, and I mean, we can check back pretty quickly on the Native Instruments website. So you get all the information. Like the price is $299 currently, and I'm not really sure how it refers to dollars or pounds, but you get all the information there from the website. You probably get some videos here too. I definitely have to check out the making of video. And also, in a sense, $299 at first moment. So there you have some information about the company, Galaxy Instruments. And let's just quickly find Galaxy Instruments so we could check out what they also did. And I think, so here is it. And I think they also did Una Corda, right, which I've totally forgot that I still wanted to get this one too. It's really beautiful instrument. The Galaxy X, Rise and Hit, and also Thrill, of course. We talked about this before. So yeah, I mean, probably you may think that $299 may be pretty steep, especially towards, other stuff. But I mean, it's not. I mean, I know that when you want to record a choir, and especially for such a long time to record all these phrases and everything, that it's definitely not easy, to just pull up a few people, 10 people, and just 1 hour of recording time, just do some stuff, and then we layer you later on. So it's all a little bit of a more, let's say, more expensive recording session and what you have to do to make something like this available. But I mean, you have to also see it from this point that it's definitely a pro library when you work in the horror sci-fi, definitely where you have to create ambient stuff. So there it makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay. Yeah, definitely. What I wanted to say also is that I'm just looking at the I forgot the word in English. The people watching the video right now, the viewers, thanks, Alex, and that I wanted to, that my goal this year is definitely get this number here up there. Can I point somewhere like here? Up to like 75. We definitely have to get this going this year. So let me just, how would you use this choir in context? I feel kind of suspicious about use of it. So as I mentioned before, I mean, obviously it's of course, if you just come up with something for, let's say, a horror game, you want to, audibly create, or you want to create music for like a suspension scene or anything, of course, then it's most obvious. So you just dime in some of this choir of this stuff, and probably add like some scratchy cymbals and low hits, maybe sub basses swelling in from time to time. The other thing I could totally imagine is that you just put it below music, where you see that there, as we did before, by creating some kind of, I don't know, the patch we just used. I forgot the patch we used, but where we had this, that you come up with like the patch which goes in between no 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 no, where it's clustering in between these notes. So you could check out what chord is there and just build something around it. And the other option would definitely be that I imagine that if you have something and you want to express a little bit more of that eerie feeling in the background, and you're, for example, doing percussions mostly, and you're looking for, and you just have maybe a pad going, but you want to put something into which gives a little bit of that eerie feeling to the listener, you just can, chime these things in slightly in the background. So I hope that makes sense. Yes, definitely. Let's make romantic music with this library. This will definitely romantic music. So I remember during when I live in Hamburg, so basically everything is open till like 12 in the so 12 in the on the next day on noon. So if you go out in the night at 9, 10, 11, so probably we are always, if we just go out, nobody goes out before like 10 or 11. And then when you just really have a lot of fun, and let's say you stay out all night and you just, go home like kind of like in Walking Dead. And at the end, there is one club. I don't want to mention his name, but I actually also forget it. It wouldn't make sense anyway, because you're not from Hamburg anyway, probably. And every time you pass by, you really see like people who would have, fit into that scene of having like this eerie romantic music in this sense. But actually, speaking of that, yeah, definitely we have to start making music again. The thing is, just currently I'm working on a new trailer album. I just have to give it its full attention. So that's why there is roughly just, a live stream. Because my goal is to really get this going a little bit more, maybe more live streams during the week. Definitely some more videos on YouTube, like the typical videos back then, where I just sum up some stuff within like 5 or 10 minutes. This will all happen, and definitely some recordings, some more music composing. So not just library reviews, but to be honest, it was like really stacking that there was always a new opportunity for doing a video like this. So I said, okay, so let's do just, a few weeks of library reviews and well, actually not reviews, that I don't review libraries, that I just accept the libraries anyway in my stream, which I already like, because I don't like sitting there and saying like, this is shit. Yeah, look at this sound. Listen to this sound. This doesn't sound good. Don't buy this. This wouldn't be unfair anyway. How many tracks for the album? Actually, something like 10. Yeah, we will have to see, but currently it's like 10. Maybe some sub mixes. The monitors here, it's Adam's A5. They're actually the smallest version, because I was listening to them in the store, and they already sounded great, and the room was a little bit bigger than mine is. So I can't turn around the camera, but this room is like probably like 15 square meters something. And I thought, okay, the Adam A5s, which I hardly use, to be honest. The most of the time I'm just using my Audio-Technica headphones. So basically everything I released during the last years has been mixed and mastered on headphones, unless it was mastered or mixed by someone else. So, but everything which was mixed by me was probably created because of using headphones. Yeah. Yeah. No, they're called just, without the X. So I always forget to be precise. It's the ATH M50. I think the X is just the black option, and there are like, I think Audio-Technica gives you 2 kind of cables with the order. So this just came with one. So, but yeah, I tested several ones. I don't even remember which ones. They already falling apart. So if you can listen in here, look in here, if you see that, these things look really fucked up. Not because of my sweat or something, but it's just, they're just dissolving. Sometimes when I just take them off and I step in front of the mirror, I'm sometimes a little bit, where is this black pimple coming from? And then you're just checking and so, oh, okay, it's just, some physical remnants from your headphones. Yeah, you really have to be careful. I mean, I end up with ear fatigue pretty quickly, because when you do trailer music, you sometimes listen really loud. So you really can't work in one bit longer than 2, 3, or 4 hours. And then you definitely have to take a rest. But I'm so used to working with headphones. When you take care of all these little nuances. I sometimes feel you miss them with speakers, and sometimes it turns up a little bit too loud. So I just don't feel comfortable. Maybe it's because also of my hearing loss that I have this hearing loss on my right ear. So that I feel like a little bit more safe by having headphones on my head. So I have not that much problems to locate basses or instruments in general in the stereo field. Yeah, I really can recommend them. They are really great. It's really cool stuff. Yeah, definitely. I'm not. I'm just a guy using headphones, a guy creating music. But yes, really. I think I tried like three or four different ones, and when I picked these up, they just had this clean shape, but they were pretty like in a healthy range of having like a gentle curve of delivering you some not just flat stuff which you recently know from the Yamaha NS boxes, the speakers, where everything sounds like it's you listen through a cardboard. So I just wanted to have at least a little bit of color. I don't remember if I tried the Sennheisers, the HD 600, but in the end, to be honest, when I started working in the very beginning, I had like the stereo boxes from my dad's stereo. I just put these, boxes from the stereo next to my computer, and I just used these for one or 2 years. And when I got my first real, I think I had some JBL boxes, the small ones, but later on, I really found. Hey Tor, thanks for joining. Nice to see you. And but I was using these when I started using these let's say professional monitor boxes, the monitors, you have to know you have to know what you use. You have to get used to what you're using. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in the studio and you have like I once there I know a new studio owner. I still know him, of course, around my area where I come from, and I had the chance to borrow from him like big Uri boxes. They were probably, I don't remember the brand, but they were like this big. So I put them in my basement room, and there was like this monitor in the middle, and you had like these big boxes. It was almost that the monitor was colorized because of the magnetic resonance of the speakers. And it was really, really hard to listening to music, even though these things were really expensive and really cool monitors. It also depends on the room, and it always depends on your ears. But if you feel comfortable mixing stuff on a stereo, on a simple pair of stereo monitors of like this from a simple stereo from a cassette or you know like how do you say like the stereotypical stereo, where you listen music on. Yeah, I definitely have to hi-fi boxes. Yeah, right. Thanks. Hey Proofy, how are you? Oh, I think I'm getting closer to Corona. My Corona. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to make fun about it. It's a serious situation, but yeah, don't freak out about it. Don't panic. It's Corona time. No, but I seriously have to add this. I was recently tried this on Facebook. If you're connected to Facebook on Facebook with me, I was just trying to say, if you're like 40 to 49, which is I'm 45, so this is my range. And I was just trying to say, hey, because I had the impression always when I was seeing news on COVID-19, they were always like death rate is 3.4%. And I'm aware the death rate is not the most important thing. It's the contamination of the virus. It's how fast it spread, that there is no antidote and stuff. this is absolutely makes sense. You have to be careful. Some of you may know that I have a disabled 12-year-old daughter, so she's really like that beautiful princess. But you just have to be. I mean, if somebody is aware of that virus, it's definitely me, because you really want to make sure your child is safe. But I just wanted to. There were so many people freaking out, like 20, 30 years old, or even younger, like death rate is, are we all going to die in this kind of style, Armageddon style, like 3.4%. And then I looked up and I had the impression too. I mean, you don't really know if it's like 80 years old and the death rate is like 5%, and on 10-year-old kids, it's like 1 or 2%. And then where's the middle? Where's the average? Because the average 3.4 can be 1 and, whatever, do the math, or some other, or 0.1 and whatever, 10 or 8 or 7. And this is actually the case. So if you're like 45, your chance of dying on this virus is 0.4%. So all I tried on Facebook is to come up with a post and saying, hey, calm down a little bit. If you're just younger, there is not really, the chance of dying is not really that high. So, but people sometimes, I mean, they go crazy, because I was accused by all kinds of things. People saying, yeah, you don't care about old people. No, I never care about old people. I even drive over them when I go through the city, driving on the street. I always try to hit a grandpa. This is in my nature. We always kill people when we are on the Autobahn. No, I mean, seriously, how could someone, put this into my words, what I'm trying to say, How could somebody imply that I said, I don't care about older people? It's just, if you are 45, and to be honest, I just want to mention this, maybe a little bit personal, but the shit I was going through with my daughter, I mean, she was going through all that shit and she mastered it really. Like, she's that brave, beautiful princess, and she did it all, where I was really thinking, how did she do this? But I experienced so much horror stuff during that. And I can openly talk about it. I don't have a problem about this, but I can openly say what I experienced during these 12 years. I've just learned to settle down. The most important thing is that you don't panic, because the other thing is, if you have this stress level going on and this panic all the time, it's definitely not healthy and also not very, good for your immune system too. So if you put yourself into panic mode, this can be stressy times, hectic times. If you watch this, you may be from Italy. And I was chatting to someone today from Italy, and he says their their apartment or the house is about to be what's the word? To set under quarantine, but you can master all this. Or, I mean, of course, things are fucked up, but you can try to master it with less panic as possible, because panic doesn't do anything. You can, in the end, this will be a thing of the past, and no matter how many people we lose or what happens, or just, if it will be definitely harder for some people than for others. But I mean, in the end, we could just all agree, if there would be less panic and, less demonstrating. You wake up on breakfast and you check the news, and then or check your Facebook, your stream, and you just see curves and estimations and ifs and coulds and all these things. And in the end, you think, you're like, it's like there is this monster going around in shape of a virus, and it's causing stuff. But when you like looking at your Facebook stream in the morning, is like somebody all the time tells you, this monster could be hiding under your bed. This monster could be hiding under your bed. And it goes on for like 10, 20, 30, 40 times. And everybody seems to be a fucking specialist and a professional, but they all just sharing. And again, I'm saying you have to be careful, but don't, don't go crazy about this. do everything. Prepare yourself, wash your hands, get some sanitizer, some soap, clean your hands when you come from work, when you come from the restroom, or when you come from shopping or a club. But this is, I mean, if you really have to tell this, because this should be natural when you come home, that you just wash your hands. I'm not really like that typical, clean, conservative German. But even, I mean, when I come home from shopping, or when I just take a packet from the post guy, I just wash my hands. It's just typical thing, and I do this every day, and not just while there's a virus going around. Yeah, yeah, you're in your studio 24/7. Yeah, I know the feeling sometimes. Yeah, I mean, if you just, people say, of course, it's not very important, not very clever to compare it to the flu. But even though the flu doesn't spread that much and there is a vaccine going on, I mean, this year probably is like 85 to 90,000 people, not 19, but 90,000 people died of the flu already. And, ironically, everybody, I mean, vaccines is a completely different thing, but don't ever start an argument with someone about vaccines on Facebook. But then, hey, we got a vaccine for coronavirus. Would you want to take it? Everybody's like, yeah, give it to me, give it to me. Put it everywhere. But when it comes to measles and your kids, oh no, stay away from me. Jenny McCarthy said, anyway, yeah. Yeah, I mean, to go the safe route, I have a virus no back there in my shelf here. I just, to be careful, I just put the plug just for these weeks. Hopefully just weeks. Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, this is what every post guy, probably do, sitting in his van before he just delivers the post and just, whatever. I mean, even if he's just eating bread, or, I mean, I don't want to, have his bread or his, the bacteria from his whatever, but just, I mean, just take care. Oh man, we just talked so much actually, but it was so much fun so far. But yes, I mean, definitely in the next streams we will be composing some more music and not just going through sounds. And especially this library was very special in the sense of that it's not like a combination of several things, several sounds, but very, very special category of just, cluster voices. But to be honest, I never heard this before. To get back to this for a second, I never heard this before, being sampled so carefully and greatly done. So definitely, if you check out, if you work in the horror, sci-fi movie, games, video games niche, it's probably of use of you. Also, I should mention something. I will test soon. So just in case, if you are on my Discord server, we actually started. Yeah, there are actually some news I can tell. We started a little currency on my Discord server, and it's called Pepper Bucks. And we actually used the little P from I think it's from the Philippine. What is the currency in the Philippines? I just forgot let me just, the currency. Oh, the Philippine peso. So we used this little P from it so these are the Pepper Bucks. But actually the funny thing is, or the cool thing is, that if you happen to be a composer and you are an aspiring composer, you're just trying to start off, you're just trying to get somewhere, you can't afford that much libraries. I just want to have these people have the opportunity of making some Pepper Bucks by being active. So all you have to do is write in my channel. Just do some healthy conversation without trying to spam the system, because there is a kind of a spam filter. We thought of this. We are so clever. And I mean, just Andrew, if you're still here, I just definitely have to thank you, because without you, this server would be a total mess. Yeah, sadly you can't buy the Junk XL brass with the peppers. But actually we will roll out some new things. But actually we're thinking currently about that 10,000 peppers, probably like 10 euros, which you can use in my store. So if you just have 10,000, you probably can buy something which like 9 or 10 euros, and you can go from there. So you actually can get this stuff, let's say, for free by investing a little bit of work. And so we try to get rid of the paper, pay to win, the pay to win system, so you can just be active and making some money. It's actually the other way around, so it's pretty cool. What else do I have to say? I just launched my Patreon account. So if you are, I just had to do it because I get so much emails and so many requests. I just had to, bring it to that level that you can donate there or support me there, and then I'm giving you specific options. I put all these links down in the when I upload this to YouTube, that you can find the links to my Patreon account, to my Discord channel, and so. But as far as I can see, you guys are already on there, which I'm pretty thankful. Definitely. So I'm just checking the chat here. Yeah, and no, yeah, actually you can't buy the Junk XL brass, but you can currently win it. It may happen that when you log in again, because I will introduce some additional bonus actions to the giveaway. When you log back in, it could happen, or when you visit that your giveaway page, that it happens that you have to re-log in. This happened because I had to introduce that little terms and condition tick box, because because of all the GDPR stuff. I know I research a lot of stuff, and you know that if you put into the terms of conditions what's going on, and that you even need to have a GDPR ready, that you can reply to that email to thank people for participating, to announce the winner and all this. So I additionally had to oh yes, you don't know about this. Adam, I thought you're one of the first to sign up. Let me just. Okay, this was definitely sounded coronish. Let me just pull up. You seriously didn't sign up, so maybe I should just pull up the link and post it. I thought you already. So let me just drop this here. So you should see, when you just sign up, you should see at the very bottom that you have a little tick box that you have to agree to the terms and conditions. Otherwise, I'm not allowed to reply, or to, and it wouldn't make sense to have like a competition and not announcing a winner at the end, or contacting that person that he or she has won. So, man, seriously, I thought you were one of the first signing up to this. So, but there's actually a lot of time left. So I think we have like 12 days left. I on purpose did it like 2 weeks, because I know that, in terms of algorithms, Facebook, YouTube sometimes, swallows things, and not everyone is being aware of something, like just you did. Especially this is running since like Friday, I think. So you missed, like, how can you be 3 days late? I'm just yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, usually it makes sense that you just have like a week, because then you see out of experience that this curve is like going to, and it's always, I mean, it's always like this bell in the very beginning and then getting a little bit softer, like a Brahm fade out. But in such a big price, and again, I'm just have to say, thanks to Orchestral Tools, I'm really thankful that they made this happening. And yeah, but for a price in this range, in this category, um yeah, it's definitely worth going for this, like 2 weeks. Okay, so just in case if you don't have any questions, one thing I will also do is what we will announce with, doing with the, some cable is strangling me. What we will do with the Pepper box is not just making or enabling people to buy libraries. I will also come up with a little system that people are able to spend these to have track reviews, because I just want to separate a little bit between where I get, or how can I come up with to keep it fair that I'm doing track reviews, because I definitely want to do it. I definitely wanted to hear you guys music, and trying to come up with some feedback which hopefully is a little bit helpful. Okay, yeah, so that's basically from my side. We didn't really make just 2 hours, but I will definitely, when this album is done, when I have most of my of that busy time over, when the album has been submitted to be released, I will definitely have a day or so, just maybe make grabbing a coffee in the morning, just switching on the camera and the live stream, and just composing music and coming up with whatever, and make it like a big fucking 5 or 8 hour live stream, whatever. We can definitely do that. It's very relaxing, to just compose something without having the pressure of releasing something, especially that big. You will see when it's happening, when it's being released. Yeah. Okay, great. Glad you entered. So I think I would just call it a day for tonight. And I think I will be on next week. I'm not really sure what we're talking about. If there is something on the horizon which I can introduce to you guys, just in case if you have some ideas, just let me know. And maybe we just continue with a little bit of music. And I would say, stay safe, take care of yourself, wash your hands, take care of older people. Just, you know, don't sneeze in their faces. Yes. Okay, you guys go back to mixing metal and everything. I probably will relax and maybe head down for a round of PUBG or something to see if to get that frustrated feeling that I don't hit anything. But anyway, okay. So have a great night, and yeah, I'm looking forward for that waltz with Mysteria, but a romantic waltz. This has to be sure. Okay. So have a good night. Take care. And if we don't see earlier, we definitely will see each other next Monday. Okay. Take care and thanks for watching, and bye.